Hi class, I'm Yuji Xiao. Today we're going to talk about disaster management in Chile. Here comes my photo. Chile, which is ranging from the Andes Mountains to the Pacific Ocean, including some island in Oceania, is a large and important country in South America. The topography of Chile is complicated because of the subduction of two plates. Volcano and seismic zone can be found everywhere along the Pacific Ring of Fire. The major natural disasters that happened in this country include earthquakes, eruption of volcano, tsunamis, flood, and also forest and urban fires. A special committee was created after 1960 Valdivia earthquake and then changed its name in 1974 into ONAMI after it was authorized by the law. Here are the current priorities of ONAMI. The implementation pattern in Chile is top-down. The certain system Chile used to respond to disaster is civil defense system. Although it seems centralized and hierarchical, the Chilean system is composed of committees at community, provincial, and regional levels that are responsible for evaluating proposed actions, designing and prioritizing prevention, mitigation, and preparedness projects appropriate to each administrative level. In the case of an emergency, all of the available resources in the affected community are used first. If the magnitude of the event exceeds the local capacity, additional resources will be mobilized from the provincial, regional, and national level. As we all know that there are a lot of hazards happen in Chile, but due to the limit of time, I will only introduce the planning for earthquake, tsunami, and volcano here. Earthquake is a permanent natural disaster that Chilean has to face. In order to respond to it, a triple plan which includes immediate emergency, winter emergency, and reconstructions was released by the Chilean government. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center may release different types of warning if any earthquake are found around Pacific Basin, and the three warning levels including Tsunami Watch, Tsunami Advisory, and Tsunami Warning. There are about 2,000 volcanoes located alongside the Andes Mountain, so the mitigation becomes really important to Chilean. The plan including aware of the potential hazard, drawing a map for the volcano hazard zone, monitoring, and put emergency plan into practice. There are a large number of people well involved in a disaster. Among all those people, there are some key participants. Government, civil society, armed force, and international organization. What I want to emphasize here is the armed force, which mostly about Navy and Army. They take the responsibility of restoring the public order when chaos appears. They are the key workers of building emergency shelter and removing debris from the transformation area, and they are also the key player of taking humanitarian aid. The lack of concern about multiple hazards can be a large potential obstacle to the effective disaster management in Chile. For instance, considering the affected population different disaster, attention should be paid differently to earthquake and forest fire. However, after the earthquake happened in 2010, victims who suffered 8.2 hazard was forgotten because of the Virgin Forest fire attracted all the attention of the public, government, and media. The disability of coordinating between different disaster and key player at different level of policy is a good evidence of Chilean uneven developing in all aspects of emergency management. It also reveals the absence of comprehensive strategy for disaster risk reduction. One good example is that assessment of risk is now mandatory for master plan. However, in the real world, the assessment is equal to hazard mapping, meaning the identification of hazard zone on a map. This kind of simple risk assessment does not include other crucial factors. Since 1960 earthquake in Chile, there are a lot of changes being made to the policy to strengthen the disaster management in Chile. You can see those policy here on the screen. Chilean actually did a great job in some aspects. What they need to do now is to come down to the earth and make the plan more reality. Here are the references. That's all. Thank you guys.